Hi, I'm Mark Pivac, CEO at FBR. Here in front of me, we have a lot of parts ready for our assembly of the first Mantis welding robot. Still to come in are a few things such as precision bearing reducers, which are kind of like a really high precision gearbox, and also the welding plant and a few other bits and pieces of electronics. But most of the mechanical parts are here now, and we've ordered everything. So we're really looking forward to getting that all assembled when it all arrives. This is the tower for Mantis. This is the part which goes between the pivoting and the arms. We've got it here bolted onto the ground because before we do our final assembly, we're actually going to put the arms together so we can see how big it all is. And there's a few tests we can do in that configuration ahead of all the final parts arriving. We've also got parts starting to be cut out and made ready for the second Mantis. So we'll be able to get the second Mantis together much quicker than the first one. We make a lot of really nice CNC machine components here at FBR. Normally they're left bare, but for Mantis, we're painting them red, so they look pretty snazzy. Here are some of our motor adapters for Mantis. They've been mostly machined in our mill turning centre. Now they're just coming onto the mill for some final operations. This is the upper arm for Mantis. You can see it's quite big for a welding robot. We've got it here, we're doing a few tests on it before it gets painted, and then it'll be ready for assembly into Mantis. We're here in the spray booth, and this is the base mounting plate for Mantis, which you can see is pretty substantial. This has just been painted and will be ready for assembly. Here's a Mantis forearm, which has just been primed. It'll be getting its nice red top coat fairly soon. So H4 is being readied for a trip across Australia, across to Melbourne, to complete some wall as a service over there. And in the meantime, H3 is on its way back from the USA. When it arrives in Australia in a few months, we'll be upgrading that to the same standard as H4, so that we can put H3 to work on wall as a service sites here in Australia. This is our newest Hadrian, which we're just getting ready for road registration. Currently has trade plates on, and they'll be swapped over for real ones fairly soon. Just a few months ago, I was across at Las Vegas to visit the Construction Expo, CONEXPO. That's a massive construction equipment expo showing off all kinds of equipment, ranging from tiny little single operator things through to giant cranes and every kind of piece of equipment in between. There were a few 3D concrete printers there and a few other pieces of advanced construction equipment. But what really highlighted to me was the fact that FBR is absolutely a world leader in construction technology, particularly in robotics at a very large scale. And because of that, I believe we really have a bright future ahead of us. While I was in the US, I also had the pleasure of visiting New Orleans. What a wonderful city on the Mississippi River. And that river system is really something to behold, particularly the transport infrastructure that it supports. Where I was about 110 miles upstream from the river mouth. There's full-size ocean-going ships up there where they offload and load up from the river system barges. There's about 30,000 of these barges which are used on the Mississippi River, and we intend to get Mantis in there helping out with the construction and repair of those barges. Truly massive scale, and state equipment and machinery sales really showed me around the place, and we visited some local shipyards, and it was really eye-opening to see the size of the opportunity over there. Mantis has also got a lot of application in the defence industry. Of course, it can be used to build ships, and we're looking at that for use not only in Australia and throughout AUKUS, but also in Korea and Japan. There's a lot of expansion of the defence industries as we know at the moment, and a huge opportunity for Mantis to construct ships, submarines and other defence related equipment, particularly equipment that involves heavy steel plate. The promised webinar will be held. We've just had a few things come up which has delayed it a little bit, and I look forward to engaging with interested parties and answering questions.